Hey everybody, remember McGuinness Boulevard, the street that was supposed to get the safety redesign earlier this year? Well, the one that Eric Adams canceled because his donors gave the Democratic Party $80,000 and then gave him $15,000 to get elected. Yeah, he canceled it because they told him to. Well, there's been a deadly crash. I don't know about deadly yet. We're going to find out. But there's been a massive crash that involved cars hitting pedestrians and other cars and a scooter rider. Yes, that's right. And I'm a little angry about it, to be honest, because I mean, the writing was on the wall. I mean, everybody, including myself who traveled on that street, knew it wasn't safe. And then Eric Adams canceled the plan to fix it. And now it has potentially, well, we'll find out in a minute if it did or not, claim it just injured people. So either way, that's still terrible. And the mayor should know better because he's supposed to be the safety mayor, except he's not delivering on that. So let's look at this article here. Outrage on bloody McGuinness Boulevard as motorist severely injures moped rider. The McGuinness redesign is stalled, but the carnage continues. All right, Streets blog with the catchy title, dramatic title, warranted drama title. So a driver seriously injured a moped rider and smashed into several cars in the latest lethal rampage along McGuinness Boulevard in Greenpoint, renewing calls from infuriated local officials for the Adams administration to side with residents over big political donors and make good on a long-standing promise to improve safety on the corridor where a beloved teacher was killed 2 years ago. We have had enough carnage and danger. The group, let's say that again. We have had enough of the carnage and the danger, the group Make McGuinness Safe wrote in a statement issued after Thursday's crash. A safety plan would be under active construction right now if it was not being actively blocked by wealthy donors to the mayor. Well, the wealthy donors, they're going to donate, but it's the mayor's job to be the leader and to, know when to listen to wealthy donors and when to ignore them. And the bottom line is he was supposed to ignore them and do the safety redesign first because he campaigned on safety. He campaigned on 300 miles of bike lane. Have we even gotten 50 yet? I think we got like a couple of miles last year. We didn't get what we were supposed to get. So in any case, they're saying shame on them, shame on the inaction in the face of mortal danger to our neighborhood. A Department of Transportation effort to make the highway-like street safer. Well, it's not highway-like, it's called a strode, meaning it's trying to be a street and a road and not being good at either. And so a street in the city like New York needs to be an actual street and not a highway. The highway is like, that is not appropriate for the inner city. All right, so a Department of Transportation effort to make the highway-like streets safer by narrowing it from 2 lanes to one in each direction and adding a parking-protected bike lane has stalled as the Adams administration's yielded to opponents of the project, including the mayor's close advisor, Ingrid Lewis Martin, and powerful Argento family, which runs the local film sound stages, Broadway Stages. A motorist first rear-ended another driver at the corner of Newton Street around 2:30 p.m. and tried to flee the scene, turning south onto McGuinness before striking a young man at Meeker Avenue and severely injuring his leg. He then continued south on the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway overpass where McGuinness turns into Humboldt Street and crashed into a bunch of parked cars, totaling his vehicle and coming to a standstill near Herbert Street, according to a resident. It sounded as if a big red had run into a building, Ethan Scott told Streets Blog. He was going fast enough that the 4 cars he hit made one noise. Scott saw firefighters put the victim on a stretcher and hose down the pool of blood, adding he was conscious but badly hurt. One of his legs was pretty much destroyed, just dangling, Scott recalled. The victim had been riding a moped, other witnesses told Scott. The police said the 20-year-old man suffered a broken leg and was brought to Elmhurst Hospital, but added that the injuries are not life-threatening. The 56-year-old male driver is in custody, and the New York Police Department spokesman added, but the cops have not yet charged him with a crime. Really? I mean, come on, guys. I mean, if you're like an average citizen like me, you want the police to be successful, but then they don't want to do it. They don't want to be successful. They don't want to be good at their jobs. Like they feel like an occupying force in New York. And if they were at least helpful to people without committing their own crimes, then people would be okay with that. But they're not only are they not keeping people safe, and they're not helpful, and they're not the best and brightest, and they make bad decisions routinely, they they also commit crimes themselves to top it all off. We can demand better. I mean, we should expect better. And people wonder why do people hate police? Well, that's why. They don't do a good job, or they're corrupt, or both. In this case, both. The collision happened just a block south from where the driver hit and killed beloved local teacher Matthew Jensen in 2021 at the intersection of Bayard Street. Just at the intersection of McGuinness and Meeker, there have been 26 crashes with injuries to 6 people over the last year, more than 2 serious collisions a month. Since Jensen was killed, there have been 148 reported crashes on just the short stretch of McGuinness between the BQE and the Pulaski Bridge, injuring 64 people, including 13 pedestrians, according to city stats. Scott has seen the dangerous road design over the years of living in North Brooklyn neighborhood and said that the city's shelved redesign would have stopped the driver speeding away from the initial fender bender before hitting the young moped rider. The area's elected representatives accused the mayor of sacrificing safety and delaying the vital revamp in a joint statement Thursday evening. I mean, that's absolutely what happened. And the mayor is quiet. And I want to hear from the mayor, like, good Lord. I mean, this is terrible. This is like terrible, like legitimately terrible. Sadly, the incident was entirely predictable and underscores once again why the McGuinness Boulevard redesign is so badly needed, said the statement by Representative Nadia Velasquez, Brooklyn Borough President Antonio Reynoso, Assemblymember Emily Gallagher, and State Senator Kristen Gonzalez and Councilmember Lincoln Ressler. Lives are being put at risk. We need immediate action by the mayor's office to implement the Department of Transportation's proposed safety improvements so that everyone in our community can feel confident that McGuinness Boulevard will not cause more tragedies. The mayor's office responded with a statement previously issued before the mayor's flip-flop on the DOT plan. Traffic safety is a key priority of Eric Adams' administration. Okay, I'm not even going to read that because it's a lie. I mean, the Eric Adams administration is lying. They don't give a shit about safety. They care more about the donors and pleasing the donors over the safety of regular people. Like, he's supposed to be working class. He likes to cosplay working class. But then when it comes time to do something for the working class over big money interests, Eric Adams has time and time again shown that he will side with big money interests. And this is why, by the time 2025 comes, his poll numbers are going to be in the toilet. He's going to be saying, oh, well, the stats say the crime and the safety is up, but then the people don't feel it, and everyone's going to be boohoo and wondering why. And it's going to slowly erode. He barely won the last time, and he only needs to lose a couple of votes before, he doesn't make it out of the primary. So I mean, Lori Lightfoot learned the hard way. She said that we are a driving city in Chicago with some of the best public transportation in all of the United States. She said that, and I was like, oh, she's not going to get elected. And then she went on to piss off literally everyone, which it seems like Eric Adams is intent to do. And well, hopefully, similarly, if he's not able to perform, we'll similarly see the same fate as Lori Lightfoot and, not make it out of the primary. But I'm holding out hope that he's gonna pull it together, and get serious about safety, instead of like talking about it. Like he talks about it, but then he doesn't do it when it comes time to do it. In any case, I'm not going to go any further on his statement, but let me know what you think in the comments, and what you think about. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at, sorry, it's right here. Look at this. He went on like 47, he went on like 4 or 5 streets, and then finally had to crash into 4 cars before he actually stopped. But along the way, he hurt several people. Oh man. You can't even make this up. Like last month, they were going to do a safety redesign. They didn't do the safety redesign, and no sooner did Eric Adams block the safety redesign, did someone lose their leg. In fact, if I was the guy who lost my leg after that, I would sue the Eric Adams administration, absolutely, because they are fully and totally responsible for this. All right, let's make it. Come on. Have a good day.